Hello there. It is 100 degrees in my office. I'm sweating. I'm actively sweating. I hope this doesn't show up. Canon announced the C80, uh, and I was given this information early, so you're probably seeing a lot of videos about this right now. Here's a picture of it. There you go. Looks exactly like the C70. Unlike maybe some of those other videos, I am essentially nobody, so they didn't give me the camera ahead of time. I don't think a camera company has ever given me a camera ahead of time. I did get to see the R5C, or sorry, the R5 Mark II a couple weeks before it came out, but they didn't send it to me. I went and saw it. Anyway, C80, very interesting, right? At 5,500, what is it again? $5,500. You know, maybe Red knew about this, had someone on the inside and were like, let's make our inexpensive option more attractive. But even so, the Komodo X is still $7,000, and this is $5,500. And you might be thinking, this is crazy. Why would I get the C400 over the C80 when it's the same sensor in a different body? And to you, I ask, why would you get the C300 Mark III over the C70? And now they've actually addressed one of the bigger issues that I had with the C70, not issue, but no SDI on the C70, right? That was a little frustrating, but now they have one. Here's a picture of it. It's kind of funny, placed up there. Looks like it was just tacked on, but it does occur to me that most people will probably, hold on the top of the C70 here, right? Or on this body, which the C80 basically shares the same body. Most people are probably mounting a monitor on top, right? So if the SDI port is here, right, it's on the back of something like a C400 or a C300, C500, whatever, because it's probably going to somewhere else, a different monitor. And also it has more than one SDI port on those bigger cameras. But yeah, for $5,500, which is very affordable in this, not very affordable, but very reasonably priced in this landscape, you are getting the triple base ISO, 6K raw, 4K compressed, 4K 120 in long op. You know, it's got everything to keep you healthy and strong. What more could you want? I have, for the longest time, you know, I love my C500 Mark II. I got a C70 as a B cam to it. And the more I used it, the more I fell in love with it and would take it out as an A cam for smaller gigs or things where I needed to be light. And then they announced the C400 and I was like, that'd be an insane B cam. Obviously an amazing A cam, but I already have the C500 Mark II, and it's kind of like a lateral move, not necessarily an upgrade for me in the work I do. But at the price point, the C80 is a definite upgrade over the C70. I mean, there's no question. Full frame, backside illuminated sensor. The stabilization's a lot better, apparently. You know, all the autofocus upgrades over the past couple years. C70 is still incredible. See, here's the thing. I've never sold a camera in my life. So if I did get a C80, it would just, the C70 would then become my C cam, you know. You get the RF mount. They're actually, Canon is coming out with a RF to PL adapter with the Cook Eye data. So on PL mount lenses that have Cook Eye data, you know, the camera will read that. So yeah, for me personally, I actually think, weirdly enough, the C80 is more attractive than the C400, whereas the C300 Mark III is more attractive than the C70 for me, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I am sweating bullets. It is so hot in Los Angeles right now. Yeah, I mean, like I said, they didn't give me the camera. I just got this information sooner than you, so I'm synthesizing it for you. But I think, you know, a lot of people were saying, oh, the C400 kind of is a Burano killer. And I think that's an interesting idea. I don't necessarily know if it's true, but for certain people, it absolutely is. They've made their voices heard. There's certain complaints I have with the Burano that are mostly, you know, I feel like they should be able to firmware them out. Although the rolling shutter is interesting. But the C400 if you're not already in a C500 realm, you know, is crazy. 1 slot instead of 2 on the C400. You know, well, the RELF, the Raptor, they only have 1 card slot, so, you know, but Canon's usually better than that. On the C80, it's the same thing, 2 SD card slots. Those SD cards are expensive. I do prefer a CF Express cards. CF Express card. They have come down in price by a lot since I got my C500 Mark II, obviously. I would have preferred that, but at least with the C80 now, you can do dual slot recording, you know, because you got the 2 SD cards there. But this camera also does the XFAVC, XFHEVCS, which is H.265, as well as XFAVC-S. So you've got all those various recording modes that they brought up in the R5 Mark II. And yeah, it's a very exciting camera. I think all the people who were just recently looking at the Komodos since the price dropped might now be looking more at the C80. I've seen some discussion. First of all, if you bought a Komodo, like if you buy any camera as a resale thing, don't do that. You shouldn't be buying cameras hoping that they'll hold their value for a really long time. Like I said, I've never sold a camera. You buy them to use them. They should pay themselves off quickly. You shouldn't be worried about how much you're going to get back. I mean, if you're selling cameras that fast, you need to potentially rethink. You should only be buying a camera if it's filling a need, not just because it's neato. You know, buying a camera as opposed to renting is an investment in your career, not an investment monetarily. You know, this isn't real estate. It's art. Any hoozle. The Komodo X obviously is a very attractive camera, but really you're just getting red coat in a box. You know, the body itself doesn't offer you any features. You really got to rig that up. C80, you get your 3 flavors of RAW, 6K, triple base ISO, XLR, SDI, HDMI, you know, even the microphone jack. It's a C70, but with a full frame sensor, and you know, it's ready to go right out of the box. So, you know, a rigged out Komodo X that's ready to shoot is probably still 10 grand. So for half the price, C80 looking pretty good. And the Komodo is not full frame, right? I don't think it is. Anyway, that's the announcement. I've asked if they will send me a C80 sooner rather than later. We'll see. Like I said, you know what you guys should do is you put in the comments if you think I should have it, so that if they tell me no, I'll show Canon the comments and be like, there's so many people that want me to have it. So yeah, that's the announcement. I hope you know, that kind of was the quick version for you. I'm sure other people are going to put up very detailed versions, probably people who did get a copy, if they did get a copy of the camera. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I will answer them. I'm going to go towel off now. It is so hot in Los Angeles.